Ladies and gentlemen, the American German Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show. Let's get right with it. Well, Donald Trump trounced Nikki Haley in South Carolina, and that includes every single gender, age group, you name it, even with the ladies. Now, there are those people that say, well, Nikki Haley, a large portion of Nikki Haley's voters says they won't vote for Trump. They always say that crap. Think they're going to vote for Joe Biden over Donald Trump? Yeah, maybe a few, but not the bulk of them. And Nikki Haley is staying in the race because she wants to continue to build her ID, and she's trying to build herself up for something. But here's the problem. She ain't going to be the vice president, and she's not going to serve in that cabinet, and she will not be the front runner in 4 years from now. Thune, number 2 in the Republican Senate, and he doesn't care for Trump, has endorsed Donald Trump. Government shutdowns looming? Who cares? Let it shut down. CPAC. Donald Trump was a big hit, and in the VP race, numero uno was Noam and Vivek Ramaswamy with 15%. 9% was Tulsi Gabbard. 7% was Tim Scott. All right, Cook, as the big Cook brothers, all that money, they are withdrawing that money from Nikki Haley. AI apparently is even getting in the bricklaying business. They're going to have robots to do bricklaying. Who would have ever thought? Bob Costas calls us Trump supporters a toxic cult. Bob. All right, sad story. Laken Riley killed it down at the University of Georgia. Jose Ibarra, long laundry list of crimes, and an illegal immigrant, and he was let out of New York City. Can you imagine being Laken Riley's family? And this is going to keep happening. Trump got some backlash for saying that he's going to get black voters. What he said was the truth. A lot of black voters. Come on. The black voters see themselves as being picked on, beat on. And Trump's being picked on and beat on. All right. Joe Biden told the Russian oligarch, this one right here, to be good to his boy. To be good to his boy. Nathan Wade, ping, 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 phone 36 times outside the old or inside the old condo of Fannie Wallace. Bad. They're just sinking. Odysseus, what landed on the moon, this lunar module, tipped over. Wayne LaPierre, found guilty, has to pay $4.5 million back. NRA, scoundrel. NASA, they want some folks to hang out for a whole year in a Mars-like setting. Are you ready for do that? Not me. And the Shakespeare insult of the day, you wayward burly-boned measle. Try that out on somebody. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, American jury, welcome to Eric Deters Local News. Well, a suspect's accused of pulling a gun at a man at Duke Energy Center. Apparently, no one got shot. There was apparently no firing of the gun. All right, Loretta Lynn's granddaughter, look at this sweet little girl, Emmy Russell, made the cut at American Idol. She sang a song apparently that she wrote called Skinny. Isn't that sweet? She's got it in her genes. A skeleton was found in Fort Wright. This is up there near Howard Litzner Drive and near Madison Pike. Somebody was walking, and they found a skeleton. I thought I buried that body, Jamie. I didn't realize it would become exposed and be discovered later. Oops, I guess I shouldn't have said that. All right, there was a robbery on Mall Road. A juvenile suspect's been identified and has been charged. Of course, it's a juvenile, so we don't get to know him. A Cleveland woman pled guilty. I mean, it's just, you look at this. Crystal Candelaria, 32, left her 16-month-old daughter, Jalen, alone for 10 freaking days. How should she not just get the death penalty? When you got it wrong, it was bad when you just went out and hung them. But this is an example where that would have been all right to me. All right, there's an arrest up at Xavier. Keyshawn Browner, 22, along with the 17-year-old who hasn't been named yet, and that shooting up near Xavier. And this guy right here, this local father, was told he had an inoperable brain tumor, and then he got a second opinion at university. They don't say where his first opinion was. I guarantee you it was at St. Elizabeth Medical Center. Federal trial begins today involving this Covington police officer. According to court documents, Jeffrey Cundiff was pulled over running a stop sign, and Ulrich pulled him over, violated his rights. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to have somebody cover it. And Kentucky is putting forth a bill to end daylight savings time. I'm assuming that's not going to happen this year. And Northern Kentucky Chamber of Commerce had a big old freaking event where they talked about DEI. Guess who was one of the leaders? Christopher Johnson, Vice President of DEI, St. Elizabeth Healthcare. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Don't be a wayward, burly-boned measle. Shakespeare and Saul the Day.
Hello, you're watching Eric Deters World News. This is Jamie Spindley. The latest headlines. The Pentagon confirms coordinated airstrikes targeting 18 Houthi locations in Yemen. Strikes aimed at storage facilities, drones, air defense systems, and many more. 4 fatalities reported following an avalanche in Mount Dore, France. Extensive search and rescue efforts underway involving 50 responders and avalanche-trained dogs. In other news, a deadly attack on a Catholic church during yesterday's worship in Burkina Faso leaves 15 dead. Suspected Islamic militants are behind the attack. And the island of Mauritius refuses entry to a Norwegian cruise ship over cholera outbreak fears. 15 passengers are isolated on board as authorities await tests to mitigate health risks. That's the latest headlines from the news desk. Until tomorrow, cheerio.
Ladies and gentlemen, American German Bulldog Nation, welcome to Sports Without Boundaries. Well, I called it. I knew they were going to beat them at home. I didn't call this, though. University of Kentucky, 117 points against Bama, 95. Beat them by 22 points. Blew them out. Everybody thought Bama was going to win. Nah, baby, nah. All right, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase went out to see the Lakers play the good old Phoenix Suns. Phoenix Suns won. They apparently hooked up with Kevin Durant afterwards. FC Cincinnati had their first game of the year, and it was a draw, 1-1. Here we go again. Tie. Apparently, T. Higgins is going to be franchise tagged by the Cincinnati Bengals. Rick Pitino, after the big controversy of calling out his players, what do? They win, and then they beat Creighton. Number 15 Creighton, St. John's did, who upset number 1 UConn. Chris Chilio's number was retired. Michael Jordan couldn't make it. He wanted to. Apparently, they were Chicago Buds because he had death in the family. Marquette beat Xavier 88-64. Cam Newton got in a brawl after a 7-on-7 tournament for a foundation that he hosts. He gets jumped. He kicked their ass, though. All right, Reds won both games in their Cactus League over the weekend. They're now 2-0. And Hunter Green, he's got a slider and a curveball. He's got 2 new pitches he tried out. Pitching looks good, hitting looks good. Maley homered, Benson homered. George Foster's recovering successfully from heart surgery. John Wooden, pictured right here, is going to have a stamp. He deserves it. TCU beat UC 75-57. Kyle Filipowski from Duke got freaking hurt when the fans rushed onto the court after Wake Forest upset Duke. Richard Sherman was arrested for a DUI. He says the same thing. Everybody gets arrested for DUI. Only had 2. Jonathan India injured his foot. His foot's still injured. Going to be out 2 weeks. Charlie Woods had to deal with hecklers. Picking on Charlie? Come on. That's Tiger's son. Massey Smith had apparently, probably wasn't paying attention, had one of those self-storage units auctioned off because he didn't pay, probably forgot about it. Apparently included was a secret playbook. The secret playbook by his coach in Michigan, Harbaugh. Hardball. Golden Richards. I remember this guy, wide receiver. What a name. Golden. Golden Deters. Golden Spindley. Golden Kane. His name was Golden Richards, wide receiver, Dallas Cowboys. Passed away. All right, and script for 59 Super Bowl. You know how the script's going to go? Cincinnati Bengals is going to be in New Orleans. They want Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase to go back to where they want it. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, the American Cheering Bulldog Nation, welcome to Pop Culture, where over the weekend we had some more awards. The Screen Actors Guild Awards, so we could comment on gowns and dresses and who won and who lost. Bleh. And Margaret, you know what her hobby is? Driving motorcycles fast. She still does it. She's in my top 5 all-time beautiful women in their prime. Sophie Simmons, Gene Simmons' daughter. I watched the Simmons Family Jewels. It was very neat, very good, funny show. She got married over the weekend. Paul Tibbets, who dropped the bomb on Hiroshima. Never got a funeral, never got a headstone, was disrespected in death. Ain't that awful? Typical. Lou Gramm was the lead singer of Foreigner. Foreigner has been nominated for the Hall of Fame. They'll make it. They deserve it. Their greatest hits album is as good as any greatest hits album. And this guy was a singer. And his solo song, Midnight Blue, I love it. The Monkees, there's like 4,000 monkeys on an island of South Carolina that no humans are allowed to go to. They apparently do experiments on these monkeys. I say we sneak down there and slaughter them all. I'm just teasing all you animal rights folks. All right, satellites apparently burning up in the upper atmosphere. We don't know why. They're in space or whatever. Maybe because the sun's expanding. 649 warrants. This trucker, Carol Ann Summer, 649 warrants. How the hell do you get 649 warrants? All right, $568 million and cocaine was seized from these bananas. Or was it heroin? I think it was cocaine. All right, Cagney Carter, the porn star, blew her head off with a shotgun. You don't think that industry is one that kind of lends itself to self-loathing? All right, this guy right here is a Russian. He apparently got drunk, went down a sewer one day, decided to stay there. He's lived in a sewer for 15 years. Look at his nose. Look at his face. Look at his beard. He is one tough SOB. It's probably warmer in the sewer, depending on where he lives. Holy, a sewer. Crazy. Kendall Jenner and Devin Booker apparently dating again. What a sweet couple. Stallone apparently has had 7 back surgeries, all from when he got hurt in the Expendables, when he got thrown on his back. Stallone, all that money, all that rich, he's got pain every day from back surgeries. And Mick Jones, the guitarist of Foreigner, apparently has got dementia. They apparently want to speed up him getting indoctrinated in the Hall of Fame, which I don't think he can really do. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.